Yeah. Yo, I gotta say real quick, or maybe not just real quick, but just gotta tell y'all that the BET Awards was an embarrassment in a way. For it to show that this is where hip hop is now. That this is what hip hop is. And we know darn well that this isn't really real hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that. Right? With the exception of a few. But the interesting thing about this is that even the people who we consider to be real hip hop, not only did they not show up, but the ones that were performing that we think to be real hip hop, they just sounded like whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't even really that dope. They weren't even really that dope. Thank you for the likes coming. And it's like Lauryn Hill and all that, what you see right here in the picture. Like, respect to Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill is my favorite female rapper of all time. But I will say this, though, is that not only is Lauryn Hill one of my favorite rappers of all time, or female rappers, but yes, I'm going to say she's one of one of the best rappers. Doesn't matter if Lauryn Hill is a woman or a man. She's just one of the best rappers. I mean, for those of us that saw the BET Awards, wasn't it dope that they had Common rapping her lyrics? Make sure you guys get some likes to get the algorithm up. Give me some likes right now. Want to get the algorithm up so we can speak about the truth. The truth in hip hop. But I've always said this, man. You know what I mean? And I've always felt this way. And especially the fact that, yo, man, I've been in the record business too. I've worked in the record industry professionally. Okay? And I got to tell you, man, I always felt that it was declining in a way, or that they were just paying favoritism to certain rappers. But now it's like, yo, man, now it's just like clearly obvious that it was just like, not to mention there was a bunch of Nepo babies up in there. Bunch of Nepo babies, yo. Like cats that were just there because of who their parents are. Shout out Fo LA 717. You said Tip was the best performance the whole night. Yeah, I heard that. I was actually going to go and look at some of the performances. There was a couple of performances that I like. Like, I like, Cardi B. I think she performed. I like Baby Keem in some ways. He performed. Kalani, I think she performed. Jamie, like there was a bunch of people that performed that I thought were dope. And then I like the Lauryn Hill tribute. That's what I have right here. Like, I like the Lauryn Hill tribute where Lizzo came out. I felt that Lizzo really rocked that. Who else? Queen Latifah. Yeah, like I said, with Common. So there was a lot of stuff that was dope. But my point is just overall, a lot of it just seemed like a lackluster performance. Or just not that it was lackluster, but just average. Just like average shit. Like I feel like at this point, I feel like I've heard better. I've heard better music from people who are least famous, who are not even as famous. Let me pull up the T.I. Let me look for that. Because I did hear some people say about that. Not to mention, and we could pull it up on TMZ. But not to mention, did you guys know that T.I. had some kind of incident at the BET Awards too with security? Like, supposedly, I don't know if there was a fight or something like that. But like T.I. had something happen backstage too. Oh yeah, I remember what you were talking about. Yeah, let me play some of it. Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. I saw some of this video where he had the crown, where he was on the crown and he had the crown lowered down. I liked it. Some of it I felt kind of reminded me of Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Super Bowl, but some of it was pretty dope too. Let me see if we can watch it. Yeah, the T.I. Where was he saying the T.I. performance? Yeah, let me see if I can find that real quick. Oh yeah, there it is. We'll see if we can play it over here. And then I want to hear that Lauren speech. We'll see what we can play, because the last video I did where we were playing the BET Awards, they just like were flagging everything, you know? So who knows what they'll allow us to play and what they won't allow us to play. Yeah, I think I saw this. Yeah, this right here, I love how he came down on the crown, but the car, let me ask you a question though. Is that car the Grand National? Because if that car is a Grand National, then that car looks just like the Kendrick car from the Super Bowl. I'm watching the Oh wait, hold on. I gotta see him in the car. Yeah, that's my question. Is that a Grand National car? I think it is in too. Like all you, if I said your name right, Cato, or Guts, what is this? And which car was it that Denzel Washington drove in Training Day? Was it a Grand National or the Monte Carlo? I'll say this. I feel like you're right. Like hip hop is going into a good place, or it's in a good place. I think it's going more into a good place. Like especially like with what Kendrick did with GNX in the Grammys in the battle, and then what Drake did with Iceman. I think both of those albums were actually good for hip hop and hip hop culture. Isn't it interesting if you guys think about it though, that two people who had the biggest beef in the rap, Kendrick and Drake were not in attendance at the BET Awards. But Janet Jackson showed up in a Tupac shirt. Yeah, we might have to pull that up on the screen real quick. We might have to pull that up. Janet Jackson showed up in a Tupac shirt, which really makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder. It's like, wait. I thought y'all were beefing when you did Poetic Justice. Like, yeah, okay, that's great that you had this movie with Tupac. Maybe now she sees like how much of a legend Tupac is. Now you want to wear the shirt. But let's be honest. At the time that they were filming that movie, Janet didn't give a F about Tupac. She didn't care about Tupac. But I find it so interesting. And let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. For reference. And I have the Monte Carlo up on the screen too. Kato Got Kicks. Okay, Kato Got Kicks. That's a cool name. I like that. You said it was a Monte Carlo. Yeah, it was one of those movies that Denzel was driving in Training Day. But speaking of which, didn't Kendrick Lamar and that dude, now of course I know him from the Knicks game, didn't Kendrick Lamar and Timothy Chalamet do like a reenactment of Training Day? They did like a reenactment, right? Of Training Day. And I think they were driving Kendrick's car. Like, I think the car that they put in the commercial, it was like right before the Super Bowl. It was like a commercial for the Super Bowl. The car that they put in the commercial was, the GNX. But it was also his car, too. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. But yeah, the Monte Carlo. Straight LA car, man. That's all I know. Growing up in LA, like, those were the cars right there, man. But not really, though, too. Not really. Because, like, if you drove those cars, sometimes in LA back in those days, like, now you could drive that car and people are going to look at it and be like, oh, cool. That's like the car that Kendrick has. Maybe. But I remember back in the 90s, because I had a couple of friends that had a Grand National. And they told me back in the days when they would drive those cars, like through LA and stuff especially, like cats was just start shooting at you and just dumping at you. It's like, you don't wear that, drive kind of a car. And she like, cool for a little. It not still be like, but I'm back in, if you drove that type of car, man, people were shooting that car. Because all the gangbangers drove that car. So they're like, that's right here. Boo, 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 boo. All right, so I want a better picture of Janet Jackson. Oh, how weird was that, man? How weird. Was it not weird? Was it not weird? Really want to say that? Hold on. Let me make sure I have it right here. Maybe I'm the only one that's going to say that. Was it not weird? Just a little bit? Especially the way she was dressed. Like, she looked like, oh, do we need it? Oh, man, come on. Oh, man. And what was also weird, not only the fact that Janet Jackson showed up wearing a Tupac shirt, but there's no pictures or anything of her saying hi to Javar Jackson, her nephew, who just played Michael. There's no pictures of her as I'm looking it up. Unless, if you guys know, send me the link. I don't see any pictures of her with her nephew, Jafar Jackson, who just played Michael. Now, who knows what happened off camera? There might have been times where, like, off camera where she might have said hi to him, or they, like, how could they not, right? How could they not? But we know, wait, hold on. But we know that she didn't support the movie. And guess what? For those of you that know, AMC has a discount on Tuesdays. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm going to go see Supergirl. I know it's going to be such trash. I know it's going to suck. That's why I'm going to go see it. I might go see Michael again, too. I've already seen Michael. But I want to see Michael again. Because I went to go watch it with friends, which was cool. But, like, they were being all loud and talking through the whole damn movie, so I couldn't really watch it. So I'm going to go see Michael again by myself this time. But I will probably sneak into Supergirl afterwards. Because I wanted to see what everybody's talking about. Like, people say it sucks. It's almost like I want to see the movie because I just want to see how bad it sucks. I already knew it was going to suck. Because it's a movie that's being pushed by the female feminist agenda. That's a whole nother story. Anyways, back to hip hop. Janet Jackson shows up in a Tupac shirt. Now, those of us that watch the interviews of Poetic Justice, right? And hold on. Those of us that watch the interviews of Poetic Justice remember Tupac saying that Janet Jackson was acting very strange on the set and after the movie. Like, she wasn't really down with him. Like, she was just doing the movie because, you know, whatever. She was getting paid, obviously, and I don't know. I don't know why she did the movie. Thank you for the follow, though. I appreciate you. I collect shit. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. Hold on for a second. Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, it was pretty weird, man. T.I.'s performance. Let's go back to that. Best performance of the night. You're right. Even though I did like some of the Lauryn Hill tributes. I thought the Lauryn Hill tributes were okay. Were all right. Like the Lizzo, Queen Latifah one. There was a couple other ones. There was a few. Like they were all pretty good. So I liked that too. You know what I mean? But overall, like just the Drewski stupid skits. I get it. He's got to make fun of black churches. I don't know how I felt about the Ray J skit. I don't know how I felt about some of the other things. People were talking about the saxophone, which is what we have in the thumbnail. People were talking about the saxophone playing during Doechii and SZA's acceptance speech. Should we pull that up? Yeah, let's pull that up. Because, yeah, it was kind of interesting, and, like, some people were making a big deal about it. But I didn't really think that it was a big deal. I didn't really think it was a big deal. We're going to come to that, back to that too. Smiles and South Star. Remember them from early 2000s? I have them on my list of old groups. That track was whack. Everybody. Okay, so we jump up the main gate sample. All right, let's see. Let's think this right. No, and feature. I think that what your is, but Yeah, they don't tell us for one of their songs though.
Together. I'm glad you through for me. So just want to say so. Y'all, you're not the work and waiting for you to sing together. And I thank you so much for me and giving me advice, coaching me, loving me, supporting me. She's so solid. This is so my playing so cool, so well. And you won't get a mic. Why? Anyway, I'm gonna keep mine. I just want to say music makes so
She right here knows that she has haters. She knows that she has haters. Were you guys able to hear that? Okay, let me repeat that. Yeah, I know. I might have clowned a little bit to where I shouldn't have said that. I don't think she's an industry plant, but I will say, though, that they could have wrapped it up. Like, she didn't need to jump back up on the mic and say, yeah, to all my haters and everybody that's hating. Yeah, because everybody says that you're an industry plant. Now, I don't think that she's really an industry plant because I have heard some of the songs that she did with TE, and she definitely has done some dope songs. So I can't front on that. The only reason why I say to me that Doechii be somewhat an industry plant is because I don't think she's an industry plant. Yo, like, I don't think she's an industry plant, okay? But it's just like, come on, yo. Like, I went back, and I'm not just talking trash to talk trash. Like, because some people will talk trash and they don't even listen to anything. Like, they'll be like, oh, did you like it? Nah, that shit was whack, but I didn't even listen to it. It's like, at least I feel like for me, I will go back and I will listen to the album. Okay, and I did that. I went and I listened to Doechii's album. Okay, I gotta tell you. And when I listened to Doechii's album, the one that won the Grammy, by the way, I gotta say I wasn't that impressed. I wasn't that impressed with the to do it, but these just sounded like incomplete songs. Like, if you have a beat playing and you just have a verse and there's no hook or no chorus or no bridge or no, like, you know, like people used to say to me sometimes, like, there's got to be something to just, you know, make the beat go. And you just, it's just like, it just sounds like, they sound like ideas. Like, oh, okay, that's a cool concept. Like, you know, it sounds like a reference track. Like, that's what her album sounded like to me. The album that won a Grammy, to me, sounded like a mixtape full of reference tracks. Like, this is the reference. This is how I want it to sound. You know, like, and then like how we can bring it to Lauryn Hill. Like, I think she even was part of the Lauryn Hill tribute, right? We could bring it to Lauryn Hill. And the point that I'll make right there is like, yo, Lauryn Hill, her album sounds like a complete album. You know what I mean? Like if you go and you listen to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, it sounds like a complete album. She's got verses, she's got hooks, she's got choruses, she's singing, she's rapping, she's got features. Oh yeah, by the way, she's got features. Important features too, at that. It's like, nah, her album sounds like a complete album. Plus, I think she dropped 2 verses on Lost Ones. Now, whereas we take it to Doechie's album, Doechie's album is just like I said, it's just reference tracks. So it's a cool mixtape project. Like, oh, I feel like that album to me sounded like that's something that should be on the radar. Like, oh, okay, she's got some skills. Not, oh, we gotta go give this album a Grammy. And I know some people are gonna say like, man, you sound like you hate it. You hate it. Like if we were to ever meet, she's gonna be like, oh, I saw that video. You were hating on me. You said I shouldn't win the Grammy. Hey, that's cool. You won the Grammy. Good for you. I'm just saying like, I think I've seen some people out there put in a lot more work on their projects and didn't even get a Grammy nomination. So I'm just saying, like, I think that's where possibly some of the whole industry plant rumors be coming around. But yeah, with this acceptance speech, I feel that they needed to wrap it up. They were kind of dragging it out. Or Doechii was actually kind of dragging it out. To tell you the truth, I don't even feel like I really heard SZA say much. Sounds like they cut SZA off. But yeah, they were kind of dragging it out.
Together. It was at a time where, girl, I was going through it. I was going through it. But I'm so glad that you pulled through for me, sister. I just want to say thank you so much.
Anything for you, always.
Y'all, she was literally up till 4 or 5 a.m. writing for me, for us to get that song together. And I thank you so much for believing in me and giving me advice and coaching me and loving me and supporting me. Thank you so much, SZA. I love you.
This is my coach. This is literally also my coach. She's so well, so fucking. Exactly. You come to the mic.
I didn't play. Okay. I'm gonna give you time. I'm gonna give you time. I just want to say, this is and all haters stuff is about me. You ready to put down? I'm gonna lose and make my stop.
Just I was the phone getting louder. I think it was so. Just try to sit the phone.
Point that I was making earlier about what is in the title of this video. What's in the title of this video is that me. Let's play the acceptance speech first, and then we'll come back.
I do this because I love y'all.
Actually, I'm back. I'm with that.
You know, I do this because I love y'all. You know, I want to have 3 options. I'm a person who loved on me, poured into me, and protected me. And I realized that I really got to have an experience. I felt like it was my duty, my responsibility to share so much love and pour into so much people as I absolutely could. And music was a way for me to do that. Okay. But also, I have always cared about the expression and representation of the dignity of our people. Okay? So, you know, signs we are a place where we see aren't like humble, but let people stand later. You know, I fight for y'all. Everything I know about, I fight for y'all. And fight for y'all, me fighting myself, it's fighting my children, it's me fighting for parents, fighting for my grandparents, it's me fighting for community. All right? I have a desire to make music as I can do, for people can as I can, because
Yo, I was just about to jump up in there right there. She said fighting for her children. Now, this is where I have to come and I have to speak on. You know what I'm saying? Tom, what's good, fam? They called me still, says it fell off. Ben fell off, huh? Hip hop, yeah, man. I think that's what we're talking about. Is playing the BET Awards right now, and after watching the BET Awards, I gotta agree with you. They call me Steel. Speaking of Steel, are you gonna go see the Woman of Steel? I know, doesn't that sound funny? But yeah. Since 2004 is what you say. Interesting. Who was the last artist that you heard in '04 that you liked? I know, right? Ain't nobody gonna go see that trash ass movie. I have a men's group that like we talk about masculinity and stuff like that. So we were talking about that movie, Steel. But yeah. No, you're right. Who was the last artist that you were listening to in 2004 that you liked? But I'll say this real quick though to speak on what Lauryn Hill was saying right here about she has to fight for her children. Now I understand that her children are black. And we got to be real. You always gonna experience racism. That's just the way it is.
It's me fighting for my grandparents. It's me fighting for my community. All right? I have a desire, right, to make.
It's like, yo, you're a multi-billionaire, maybe also a billionaire at this point, and not only that, but your children are related to Bob Marley. Okay, I see what's up. Word. I just ran into Master P the other day, believe it or not, man. I just ran into him. He was kind of like, he was a little nonchalant. He wasn't tripping too hard. He was just like walking down the street by himself too. He didn't have no security with him, nobody with him. He was just by himself, just walking down the street. I was like, okay, word, you know. But yeah. I ain't told nobody. You're actually the first person I told that to. I don't usually talk about stuff like that, like who I meet and what I'm. He was just kind of like, who's this dude? Who's this dude? Like you can see that he didn't really want to talk to me at first. Like, but I approached him in a way where I showed myself to be approachable. And then he was like, and then he kind of opened up a little bit. And then he was like, oh, okay, yeah, word, man. So, yeah, I don't know if anything's gonna come out of it. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. We'll see. It'll be dope if it does. But yeah, I talked to Master P and I know some of his people, so we're gonna see what's up. He said he still works with Snoop Dogg too. So I was like, yo man, if you can introduce me to Snoop, that would be dope. Because yeah, man, I've met Snoop a couple times already. really done business with Snoop. That's my goal. I want to do some business with Snoop. I've already kicked it with Snoop a few times. I smoked weed with Snoop. You know what I mean? So like I've already done that. Like I've already blazed with Snoop. But I feel like, yo, okay, I need to do business with Snoop Dogg now. That's where we need to be now. But yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I feel you on that, man. Hip hop has been falling off. But yeah, to go back to the point that we were saying about Lauryn Hill, I found it interesting that she's like, I'm fighting for my children. Like, yo, your children have been born into royalty, yo. Your children have been born into royalty. Your children are related to Bob Marley. They can go to Jamaica and they will always be taken care of. They will have nothing to ever worry about whenever they are in Jamaica. Probably really all over the world. But especially
for myself. It's me fighting for my children. It's me fighting.
Oh, jeez. Fighting for your children. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. She says, yeah, they call me still. Yeah, you said they what's she fighting for her children for? Exactly. Like, what are you fighting for? What do you mean? Your children are you know what I'm saying? Have the DNA of Bob Marley. I'd say look. That's what I was trying to say, man. This is like crazy how the BET Awards was. Like the whole BET Awards ceremony was like going to your cousin's barbecue, and you just see like all of their relatives there, your relatives, or like your friend's cousin's barbecue. How about that? It's like going to your friend's barbecue, cousin's barbecue, and you see all of their relatives. Like, oh yeah, this is my cousin over here. This is my other cousin. And that's my auntie over there. That's my uncle over there. That's Uncle Jamie Foxx. And we got cousin Uncle Tip over there. And we got Auntie Ariana Lennox or Ari Lennox, Ariana Lennox, Ari Banks. You know, Tiana Taylor got Icon of the award by Auntie Janet Jackson. But hey, Jafar Jackson over there, who's really the blood cousin, the blood nephew, she didn't say hi to him, and they really blood. That's what I'm saying, man. This whole thing was like a family reunion. It was like a family reunion for celebrities, for black celebrities, with a little bit of a black woman's feminist agenda inserted inside. Because if you look at all the people that won awards, it was all women, which is cool, but like 3 in a row kind of makes you wonder. Like Arsenio Hall used to say, things that make you go, Yeah, you said in the 2000s it was about the blame bullshit. Yeah, I agree. Lil Wayne, we talk about that all the time, man. Lil Wayne, I think, is one of the degenerate rappers that destroyed rap music. He's the reason why rap sounds the way it is now. And it's like, look at Lil Wayne today. Like, look at him. Look how much he fell off. Like, eventually he just fell off so hard, yo. He fell off so hard. So hard to where Dame Dash would say, pause. Lil Wayne fell off so hard, man. Like, you know what I mean? To where it was just like, even the people that were his stands are like saying now, like, yeah, he's whack. Oh, I used to think he was dope, but now I think he's whack. That's what they're doing now. I'm just like, man, some of us that knew what was up with real hip hop, we always knew that Lil Wayne was trash. He might have had a few good songs. I'll give him that, but overall, he was trash. And like I said, and look at the way rap music is today. It's just trash. Watching the BET Awards, or at least the highlights from what I see, shows me that this is what we have to offer for mainstream rap music, especially in the black community. Like, this is what we are offering. Like, they have that one girl, what's her name, Young Miami, with the spin that shit. That stuff that's all over TikTok right now, and it's all over the, it's trending. Even though we know that she's signed to a record label and she has money coming in from Diddy, probably still from prison. Even though Diddy's in prison, you don't think he's still making moves? He's probably still making some moves. So she has this song, and like, I get it, it's trending right now, right? But that's what we're bringing up. That's what we're bringing up. And then it's so interesting how it's like we're giving this tribute to Lauryn Hill, but then all the other female rappers that come up is Cardi B, Young Miami, and whoever else. I don't know if it was Lotto or Sexy Red. Hopefully, Sexy Red wasn't at this one, thankfully, I don't think. Because we would have heard about it, right? Her twerking at the BET Awards. Pregnant. The BET Awards, I think they finally realized that they got to be a little bit more classy. They definitely were more classy at this one. And I think they realized that. They're like, yo, man, if we want to be taken seriously, we got to stop all the ghetto shit. Like, who cares if you go viral sometimes, right? It's not always just about going viral. Because, yeah, they probably were going viral, getting a lot of hits with having Sexy Red, twerking, barefoot at the BET Awards. But then they probably were like, we're not going to be taken seriously if we keep doing it like that. They're going to call you the EBT Awards. That's what they've been getting called. They've been getting called the EBT Awards. Isn't it interesting how they have the same letters? But yeah, so they could not continue to do that anymore. So you know what they said? They said, hey, you know what? Yeah, in order for us to have Janet Jackson, to have, Mariah Carey. I mean, that's some star power. That's some A-listers. In order to have them show up, we got to do more elegant stuff. We can't have them twerking in the middle of in the middle of the dance floor or whatever, or not even in the dance floor, in the aisles to where you sit down at. We can't have them twerking there. Let's watch Baby Keem's performance. You know what I call it? I call it Nepo rappers. Nepo rapper. It means when it's a rapper who is famous because of who their cousin is. Again, a whole nepotism show. That's all that this was, man. It was a nepotism show. Jamie Foxx brings out his daughter. Who else? T.I. has his son driving the car. I mean, it's cool. They had like little roles, and it's cool. You should bring your kids out for some stuff, but it's like, damn, I gotta say, you don't really see that at the Grammys, or shall I say the Oscars too. You don't see that at the Grammys really either. They ain't gonna allow that at the Grammys. But not only do you not see that at the Grammys, you definitely don't see that shit at the Oscars. Like, you don't see a bunch of, I mean, maybe a little bit. You see them winning awards. So, yeah, maybe I take that back. They're definitely winning the awards. They're not performing, but they're winning the awards. Whereas for the BET Awards, it looks like they're doing both. They're doing both. I was looking at some of the performances. I was going to see, oh, yeah, you know what? We'll just search it. I was just looking at if we should do the Lauryn Hill tribute. That was cool. They had Doja Cat, too, though. She's an interesting character. I don't know what to make her. Like, I don't know. I worry about Doja Cat sometimes. I wonder, like, is she really down? Or is she just cosplaying? Because a lot of times I think she's just cosplaying.
Looking for trouble.
Oh, man. This dude tried to sound Kendrick. Just that right there. And I remember that there was a time when I was going up against Jizzers. And they were trying to tell me like Baby Keem was just like this dope ass rapper. Like, man, Baby Keem's better than Drake. And I just remember hearing that. It's like, look, before you say that Baby Keem rapper, all right. Whereas right now, to me, he just sounds too much like Kendrick. For real. Like, he sounds way too much like Kendrick, like in his opening line right there. And it's not even just the way he raps. It's also the way he dresses, the way he carries himself, the way he raps. It's like, dude, you're trying to be Kendrick so hard. How long are we going to let the charade happen for? How long? And some people will be like, oh, well, no, his music's really tight. Listen, man, I'm usually right about this stuff. I worked in the A&R department for a reason. All right? I'm usually right about this stuff. Let's check it out.
Keeping my mystique when I hustle. Yeah, I'm about to do the impossible. Burning out in traffic, going bonkers. 992, Boogie Monster. Yeah, whole time. Yeah, whole time it was us. Yeah, whole time he was inside. I was outside in the mud. Yeah, whole time. See my mind, but swear I made it up. Yeah, whole time. Calls to my ex. We got never.
Oh, can I please be Kendrick so bad? Yeah, for the time, for the vibe.
We were 6 deep in the hood, though. Keeping my mystique when I hustle. Yeah, I'm about to do the impossible. Burn out in traffic, going bonkers. 992, Boogie Monster. Yeah, whole time. Yeah, whole time it was us. Yeah, whole time he was inside. I was outside.
Baby Keem was one of those.
Yeah, whole time.
So like, I want to like him. You know, I get the whole vibe. Like, I get the whole thing. You know, like I feel like, yo, man, okay, I get it. Like, yeah, man, that beat, the way that beat comes in and the way he's writing that beat, I gotta say too, I'm feeling it. Right? But overall, I'm just kind of like, something's missing. Something's off, man. Like, something ain't there. Yeah, exactly, man. AI is picking it up. Exactly, AI. We're speaking on authenticity. We are really questioning the modern rap and the authenticity of it. This dude gets put on a BET stage for cosplaying Kendrick Lamar. I don't know, man. I don't know if I really say that this is dope. And Baby Keem has no idea. I'm not hating, but I get it, though. Some of the Gen Zers that watch this are like, oh, Baby Keem is like the realest. He's the realest. And it's like, and I'm hustle. And I'm also. Didn't Kendrick do that?
We teamed up, now we looking out for trouble. We were 6 deep in the hood, though. Keeping my mystique when I hustle. Yeah, I'm about to do the impossible. Burn out in traffic, going bonkers. 992, Boogie Monster. Yeah, yeah, what I guess. Yeah, I don't outside, but the whole too much time. I made a whole time, cause I still got naked. Yeah, top tattoo in the eye. Can't stop, I still care.
You haven't heard it, to know what's real. Just see something you have like back far enough, like see it's a great good bring up rock and they're like they probably don't know who that is, you know. some rappers out there where it's like if you don't know who they are, you're not even little. It's like religion, because hip hop is like a religion in a way. It's like talking about biblical scriptures. We're talking about certain. You master the Bible. Christianity, which is they say he was really Christianity. Well, he's making fun of Jesus. I think Jesus. I think he's a religion. But some people out there will say, "Oh, he's making fun of Jesus." I don't necessarily say that. But I will say though, is if you read the scripture and you're unsure about who certain prophets are or who certain people are in scriptures, but yeah, you're gonna say that you're a philologist or whatever they call it. But yeah, you can't recall some prophecies or scriptures that happen in all parts of the book. That's how I feel about hip hop. Like, just about this relationship, you studied this before, and I understand some people say, "Nah, I ain't gonna study that." But if you see where hip hop's going right now and like where it came from, you'd see that you kind of have to study it because look where it's going. The reason why rap music going in the direction it's going is because the people obviously who are mainstream study it.
It's more than way you love me. I need my never we do love motion. I've been in emotion. I just find that motion. We do love emotion. I know. Said tonight's see, I even know what I 3D. I love, see. I love what's on there.
Can we be honest? Can we be honest that was trash? Kendrick, I'm sorry. Not really. Not sorry. But I gotta be honest with you, K-Dot. That was trash. Come get your cousin. Come get your boy, man. That was trash. Now, I understand. I see the attempt. I think I understand what he was trying to do. Okay? I think I understand. I understand what the attempt was. But I gotta say that overall, the whole singing and the, I mean, yeah, like I said, I understand what he was attempting to do. The singing was cool. The song, the concept, it was just him doing it and the way he was doing it and at the BET Awards just seems trash to me. And I get it. Like, well, what do you Like I said, to me, this looks like a nepotism convention. Like everybody that was in the game, everybody that was performing at the BET Awards, like knew somebody in the business. It's not even like really about talent. It really was not about talent. That shit. But yeah, again, this whole show, and you know, and I apologize if the stream is jittering a little bit, but at least hopefully you guys can hear me okay. This whole show to me, again, was nothing but like a nepotism event. It's like it's actually quite sad in some ways that it seems like they're not even trying anymore. Like they're not even trying anymore to tell you, like, oh, okay, this person just discovered on their own. They're like, nah, I'm in the business because that's my dad, or that's my mom, or that's my cousin, or you know, I had the money from my parents to be able to pay for the bots and the streaming. Just like I said, man, we did the research where people allegedly, well, they don't allegedly, they actually say, but where people will say that Drake sold more records than Jay-Z. But it's really not true if you break down the physical. If you break down the physical copies, it's really not true. Jay-Z actually sold more records than Drake, physically. So yeah, man. Overall, I'll just say this, man. The whole BET Awards to me seemed more like an event. I mean, and it's cool. Like, people will say, well, it's the BET Awards, right? Like, who cares? It's the BET Awards. But that's not the point I'm trying to make here, man. That's not the point I'm trying to make here. The point that I want to make here is that the BET Awards should show us where the current state of rap music and hip hop and R&B and all that is at. And disappointingly, what they showed us was that, like, supposedly I would imagine, like, okay, this is being televised, this is on TV, and you have the budget. I would assume that this is supposed to be the best of the best, right? Like, the artists that you have coming up here, the artists that you have winning awards are supposed to be the best of the best. And some of them may be. Like, there's some where I'm like, okay, yeah, they really are at the top of their game. But overall, I have to say, like, nah, man, that shit shows you like what the current industry is like. It's like it's trash. Not only to say that it's trash, but it's like, yo, y'all are still promoting artists that are like, cool. But overall, like that's like majority of the artists. Majority of those that came out in the early 2000s. I'm like, oh man. So that almost goes to show to me that either A, there's really no good new artists for y'all to promote, or B, maybe none of them were available. Like, why wasn't NBA YoungBoy at the BET Awards? Let me look that up real quick. Yeah, right? And supposedly his tours and his grossing and all that is supposedly doing like the best numbers or some of the best numbers for his age. He's almost like a Tupac of the generation. I'm not saying lyrically. I'm saying like it's his star presence, like the way they was pushing him, the way they're putting them out there, and what he's rhyming about them, gives a shit. Makes me feel like he's the Tupac of this generation, of this young generation. But how come he wasn't at the BET Awards? Who knows? Should we ask AI? Let's see if they can tell us. Maybe they don't like music though. That's what I'm thinking that they don't like his music because you know BT can be a little picky sometimes. Let me just see if they say. Let's see if they say where. Yeah, so he doesn't go because of, he says that he admits that they don't show him. That's interesting. Because if NBA YoungBoy came out and maybe he just came out a little too late for what he talks about. If his degenerate music would have came out early 2090s, like around Lil Wayne, oh, they would have promoted him. But you see, that's why they probably don't promote him. It's because they already, like, he's a Lil Wayne clone. If you really think about it, like Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne, but NBA YoungBoy, if you listen to him rhyme, like, he even hits those same melodies or those same notes. Like, he sounds like a Lil Wayne clone. Like when Lil Wayne was young in his 20s and he was rapping, or teenage years, early 20s. That's the way he sounds right now. So it's like, you know. Yeah, man. It's kind of crazy. Before we get up out of here, should we jump on the topic that people were talking about, Jay-Z? Should we jump on that, or nah? Maybe we don't need to jump on that topic. I think we crushed this topic though. Just making sure that we covered all the angles that we need to cover. About the one thing I'll say is that he got better age. Kind of like how I felt about Lil Wayne. Like, I feel like they got better as they got older. Maybe because they cared a little more. They wanted to be more real and more serious. But again, this whole performance and everything that was going on felt more like, I mean, I'll say one thing. I'm glad he cut his hair. Sometimes you just gotta cut your hair, man. You know, like, wasn't he trying to rock them braids for a minute? He was just like, all right, yeah, you gotta cut that shit. Like, he had them. They were like, they were just making fun of it. Like, yeah, all right. So I'm glad he did that. He changed his style back up. He went back to tit. And I gotta say, when T.I. first came, you know, yo, it's videos like this that let you know that hip hop. But I'll say this though about T.I. Yeah, man, I respect it. I think they're definitely coming with some dope lyrics. But you see, the issue is not really that. The issue is that a lot of these raps sound like ABC rhymes. And then, of course, if we're going to take it back to there, all these rappers that came early 2000s, as I've mentioned, and we compare them to the rappers that are out here currently, we know that a lot of the rappers today are trash. This is why none of them got booked to be at these performances, and this is why none of them get Grammys. It's almost like for it not be authentic. But when these rappers do concerts, when these rappers get awards or entertainers, that's when we know, okay, this is what the peers really think. But you know, you're right. You could put on a persona online and on streaming platforms to where people will probably buy the tickets to your show because they think that millions of people are streaming your music. When in reality, it could possibly be only 100,000. Yet your numbers show that it's over 10 million. And that's still cool. Like 100,000, that's great. Shit. I was happy to get over 20,000. So like that's good. But I gotta say though, man, let's recognize the obvious. But a lot of these raps, to me, I don't know what this BET Awards thing was. Like, was this BET Awards thing like a tribute show? Was it like, oh, we're just trying to tribute to all those that we respect? Let's play it back while we pull up one thing real quick. I wanted to know what some people had to think. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, was this BET show really just a tribute show? Or was it a show that was actually about like, all right, this is the talent that we have to offer right now. Or this is the talent that's out here. Like, this is the talent that's banging right now. This is the talent that you better recognize, that you better know what's up with. Or was it just like, this is the rap that we choose to put, choose to put out? Hold on.
I can't about no bedtime. Ain't gon' get no bitch ride with me, let the head fly. Better know. From West Side Atlanta, or the best style, all the way to
Because one was good, but it was kind of throwing off some stuff. Yeah. But Homeboy was right. He did have the best performance as far from what I see. Baby King or T.I. We'll play Baby King. names and stuff. But now it's just getting to the point where it's just like, yo, it's pretty obvious that a lot of people that you have in the industry are all Nepo babies or related to somebody or know somebody or cousins of somebody. And that's why they're in the industry. And boom, put it out. Help me put it out on the YouTube. And I'm willing to pay for it too. So you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all tell me how much you charging. Let's see what I can do. We'll see what we can do. Because yeah, you help me make money, I'm gonna help you make money, and we can all make money together. I'm not one of those that's like, oh, well, I need to make money and you don't need, like, what? I don't get that. I don't know how some people operate like that. And some people that operate like that, I don't think it ever works out for them in the long run. I think everybody needs to win. So you come with me, beatGrade, we gonna be winning. We on the winning team. You feel me? We on the winning team right here, man. We on the winning team. Some people can't handle this. But I'll tell you right now, man, I respect some of these performances. I respect what they were trying to do. But come on. Oh, some of this shit was corny. Trash. Trash. I'll say it again, man. Said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not trying to be a hater, but I gotta be honest with y'all. That was trash. It's like, ugh. I know y'all can do better. I mean, it wasn't like trash. Like, that's like a horrible song. Like, I've heard worse. Okay, but like, come on, yo. Like, are we gonna act like that's really dope? Like, that this is dope enough to be at the BET Awards? That's the point I'm making. Of the best, this is the best of what you can find of all the rappers that are out there in the world. This is who you thought was the best. Like the whole Cardi B thing. Okay? The whole Cardi B thing. The whole what's her name? Young Miami or Young whatever, you know? T.I. Okay, that's cool. Baby King. Cool. Always got love and respect for Common. I mean, he did the tribute, so it doesn't really count. I'm just talking about those artists that went out there and did their own songs. All I'm saying is that, like, that's the best. Hold on, yo. Like, that's the best that you could find? I don't know, man. It's kind of disappointing. It's really disappointing. And I see people that say, like, people act like this performance was dope. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Just look at the pictures. Look at, if I'm not mistaken, look at how awkward the pictures look. This looks like a bad porn video that's about to happen. I know I shouldn't say that, but still. Yeah, man, I don't know. Not only that, but it looks kind of corny, too. This looks like a high school talent show. Does it not? They look like they're getting ready to perform like a black version of High School Musical. That's what I see. Tracy stopped watching the awards in early 2000s. You had that show. We played T.I. a little bit earlier. T definitely hit the best show. But you're right about it. We'll play more time, you know, before we probably jump up out here. But yeah, T.I. did have some best show, but not really. I mean, it was compared to that. I like the way he started it off. Definitely sounds like Kendrick. I mean, doesn't Kendrick do the whole, like, like where he's rapping and the voice crack and all that stuff? Like, doesn't Kendrick do that too? So it's just like, okay, a lot kind of sounds like Kendrick, you know what I mean? But sounds cool.
My mistake when I hustle. Yeah, I'm about to do the impossible. Burn out in traffic going bonkers. 992, Cookie Monster. Yeah, whole time. Yeah, whole time it was us. Yeah, whole time you was inside. I was outside. And yeah, whole time. This mama,
You used to come on a Friday night. You used to call my phone on a Friday night. Coming over right. Are y'all not gonna tell me that that shit is whack? Like, is that not like corny and whack? Make sure you can hear me okay. Yeah, that song right there. And then the one before it, where he sounded like Tyler the Creator. That's what I was like, where have I heard that sound before? He was like singing like, and I want you, and I love you, girl, and I love you, girl, and all that stuff. I was like, man, that sounds like Tyler the Creator. Like, I was like, that's exactly what that style is. Yeah, man. It's like, yo, generic. We've heard this sound before. But not only have we already heard this sound before, it sounds average. Like, I can go on YouTube right now and find a bunch of artists that y'all probably never heard of before that I think sound way better than this. But I get it. Some of you might say, like, well, are they black? Are they black entertainment? This is the BET Awards. I think we could even do the same thing for the Grammys. But yes, some of them are black too. It's like, are you serious? I can't believe this. I almost can't believe this. It's almost like we've reached the point now where they want to promote trash music. Like, no. Don't listen. Like, we know that there's other people out there that are putting out good music. That's the funny thing about it. Or not funny, because it's really not funny if you think about it. But that's the interesting thing about it. Is that there's actually people out there that are putting out good music, but they make it hard to find. Like, it's hard to find. It's like, it might just come up, or you'll be like, oh, that's a dope song. How come I never heard that on the radio? Or how come I never heard of that song? It's real interesting how they do it. But yeah, man, like I said, this right here to me, or from what I heard right here at this BET Awards, sounds real average. Like straight average. And yeah, he used to call my phone. He's all off key and everything. It's just. Oh, man. We call it like it is. I've been hiding in the open, and gone in the ocean. So what, is he trying to be like Frank Ocean? Because that's what this sounds like right here, man. This just sounds like some Frank Ocean type, you know.
There's more than one way you should love me. I need
Ocean. This shit is so trash. This is so trash, yo. I can't even believe that BET decided to say, like, yeah, let's air this. I've been hiding in the open. We drove blood in the ocean. What the fuck does that mean? What do those lyrics mean? Yo, I can't believe that BET decided to air this. Can y'all double tap the screen if you guys agree with me on that? Share this live, like this live. Like, tell me what's up real quick if you agree with me. For those of you that are just jumping in right now, it helps get the algorithm going. Make sure you double tap the screen. It doesn't cost you nothing. Double tap the screen. 901 BP says the Monte Carlos. Get your studio in order, my boy. You talking good shit. All right, thanks, man. Or get the audio in order. Or the audio, what? The audio's not working right? Let me check the, It says that you can hear me right now. Maybe you couldn't hear me earlier. But thank you, 91 or 901 BP. I appreciate it. Thank you for saying I'm talking good shit. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. It's like anybody with the ear, you know, like, let me just clear my ears out. Let me make sure I'm really hearing what I was hearing. Like, that shit is trash. Like, I can't even believe. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you for the like or the follow. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. beatGrade. We do it for the real, man. We talk about the real hip hop, so I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. 901. Shout out 901 BP. Salute. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, man. It helps get the algorithm going and get more people out there, so I appreciate it. Yeah, the Baby Keem shit. I mean, I could even play it back. But there were like some other rappers that I was listening to at this award show where I was just like, man, this is complete trash. Like, I don't know how anybody could say that this was dope. And I really think it's because of him being related to Kendrick Lamar. Yo, you got to double tap the screen on TikTok, though. What's up? What's up with my peoples on TikTok? It helps get the algorithm out there. It don't cost y'all nothing. But for real, man. Yeah. We got to call it as it is. I feel like the record industry got away with it for a little while. They got away with it, you know? They were able to play that game and sign all these whack-ass rappers. But I think now it's getting to the point to where people are like, yo, man, this shit is trash, man. Like, nah. That's why, like, hip-hop wasn't even on the Billboard charts for a minute. And, like now people will say, like, oh, yeah, we have Drake. Drake is on the Billboard charts. But it's like, yeah, it's kind of because of the beef, too. Like, if Drake wasn't in the beef, would he be on the Billboard charts right now? And really, too, like, who cares about the Billboard charts? Because we don't even know if the Billboard charts are even real. The only thing that makes sense about the Billboard charts is that at least we were able to see that, like, hey, we, you know, we could see that people are either listening or not listening on a mass level. That's the only thing that makes sense about the Billboard charts. But other than that, nobody really gives a shit about what's on the Billboard charts. The question is what is the culture all about? That's like the whole thing, like with the battle between Kendrick and Drake, was that I believe that the whole culture was more so feeling Kendrick. You know what I mean? Like the culture was feeling Kendrick, and I think it's obvious to say that. You know, like before we would be like, oh, can you really say that? Like Drake won the battle, but it's like, no, now we can officially say that Drake lost that battle. You know why? Because Drake even admits to losing the battle on his album Iceman. So the fact that he acknowledges it, some people might say, oh, some of the Drake stands out there might say, oh, well, where does he acknowledge it? Where diss to Kendrick? Diss to Kendrick right there. All right? It's like a backhanded compliment. Like, yeah, even Muggsy Bogues got a dunk. All right? I like that line. That was like that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I was like, all right, that one right there, Drake. Drizzy, that one. That was a good rhyme. But like I said, man, overall, Kendrick won that battle. That's what the culture's feeling. But that's what brings me back over here to like this BET thing, man. And isn't it interesting again? Like, let me repeat myself on that Drake and Kendrick didn't even show up to the BET Awards. But not that they had to. Neither did Jay-Z though either, or Beyonce. But Janet Jackson arrived with the Tupac shirt, so that was like, that kind of made up for everything. Like the fact that Kendrick wasn't there, Jay-Z wasn't there, Beyonce wasn't there. Who else wasn't there? Probably a bunch of other big time names weren't there. But Janet Jackson was there. Oh, that's pretty big. To have Janet Jackson there, especially the fact that they had Janet Jackson there after the Michael movie just came out. Crazy, man. Yeah, but overall, man, I appreciate y'all that were tuning in and listening, man. I think I'm about to get up out of here. I got another show I'm about to do. We're about to jump on that. A lot of other craziness going on that we need to address. But thank you guys, man, for so much for tuning in. Thank you guys that subscribe. Shout out to all the people that subscribe to the channel and liked the stream and put it out there. Thank you, man. Yeah, man, hip hop, mainstream rap. Yeah, it's whack. It's whack now, man. I think if you want to hear real music, if you want to hear some real music, just don't just go for hip hop. I think music in general, but definitely for hip hop. If you want to hear some real hip hop, you're going to have to like look deep for that. You ain't going to find it on what's being played on the mainstream outlets. That's for sure. They definitely trying to keep people they're trying to keep people at a low vibration, at a low frequency. You know what I mean? Like I could definitely see that. There's a low frequency that they're keeping the music at, because at this point it's like, how could it be at that level? That's what I'm saying. Like I can hear the levels and the vibrations going to a completely different stratosphere. You know, like I can hear it going completely somewhere else, but for some reason it seems like they just keep it at this frequency. Even the artists that were performing, even all of the artists that were performing, it seemed like all of their songs were just like at this frequency. I don't know. Maybe they have better songs. that they wanted to perform. Who knows? They possibly had better songs that they wanted to perform, and maybe the awards team or whoever, the BET employees, were probably like, no, we want you to do this song. Do this song and keep it like all the rest of the other songs. Maybe that's what happened, man, because I got to tell you, man, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But like I said, we'll jump back up on here a little bit later to see what's good. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all y'all. I'm going to see what's up on the next stream. Make sure you tune in on the next stream, okay? Thank you, though. I appreciate you.